I am not the best at giving advice, so I really hope this video goes well. Hey guys, what's up? It's Taylor and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys some real high school advice. If you guys didn't already know, I am not in school at the moment. I actually graduated high school back in 2014. So I've been out of school for 5 years, well actually 4 years, because I went to college and then I dropped out. But in this video, like I said, I'm going to be giving you guys some real high school advice because I have gone through like all the stuff that I'm going to be talking about, and it's just going to be my real genuine advice. And a lot of this stuff that I'm going to be talking about has happened to me, so I know a lot of this stuff from experience. And I asked you guys on my Instagram to leave me some topics that you guys wanted me to talk about, and I wrote all the ones that I'm going to be talking about on my phone. And since there is a lot of topics that I'm going to be giving you guys advice on, I asked you guys on my Instagram if you guys wanted me to make this into like 2 separate videos or 1 long video, and the results was like 60% to 40%, and the 60% was 1 long video, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And I think there was over 200 votes, and a lot of you guys voted for like 2 separate videos, but then more of you guys voted for 1 long video. And me personally, I would rather do it in 1 long video like this because it is an advice video, so I don't really care if it's long. But yeah, anyways, I think that's all that I have to say for the intro, so let's just go ahead and get started because I know this video is going to be super long. So the first topic is how to deal with bullying. So me personally, I have had a lot of experience with bullying in high school, so this is going to be my honest, real advice. I dealt with bullying a lot in high school because I am short and people always made fun of me, especially the mean girls. Every single year in high school, I feel like there was this group of girls that just always made fun of me. And to be honest, how I dealt with them making fun of me every single day was I would honestly just ignore them because I know that they were going to keep doing it, and if you ignore them, then they will eventually quit because you're not giving them attention. So yeah, that's my honest advice. Like, just ignore the people that are going to make fun of you and bully you because it's just not right. These people that are being mean to you and these people that are bullying you are honestly just going through something in their own lives, and they think that it makes themselves feel better by hurting somebody else, and that's the only reason why they're making fun of you. And I just don't understand that concept at all. But how I got past it is I had my group of friends and I just stayed with them, and I honestly just did not care what other people thought about me, and I just ignored those mean girls and I did my own thing, and that ended up working in the end. But if you are ignoring these people and it's not helping for you, then I recommend like going to an adult like a teacher, or you can go to your parents or your principal and maybe talk to them about it. I feel like that also could really help because if you trust your parents, then you can tell your parents and then they can go to the principal, and then maybe your parents can go to the principal or the administrator and they can do something about the bullying. Okay, so now let's talk about something that I personally struggled with, and I still struggle with this today, and that is body image. My number one tip for struggling with body image is just to remember that everybody is built differently and everybody is beautiful in their own way. And I know that sounds really cliche to say, but it is so true, and this really helped me in high school. Like, I remember whenever I was in high school, especially freshman year because it was my first year there and I didn't really know anybody, I remember walking down the halls and I just felt like everybody was looking at me because I wasn't skinny. I remember walking down the halls and I would also look at other people because I would compare myself to them, and that was just not good. If you're in high school right now or you're going into high school and you struggle with body image, just remember, don't compare yourself to other people. I think every girl should love their body, and I hate that fat shaming is like such a thing in society nowadays. I just think it is so wrong to fat shame other people, and I think that everybody should be comfortable with their own body. And also another tip that I have is to surround yourself with positive people, because if you surround yourself with negative people, I feel like that'll just make you feel worse about yourself, especially about your body. Because if you're around negative people and they're going to be talking negative all the time, then you're going to think negative. You're not going to be positive, so you want to be around positive people because it will help you. And another really small tip that I have for you guys is to keep a list like on your phone, or you can write it down like in a journal or something, but keep a list of things that you like about yourself, and whenever you're feeling down, you can look at this list and you can can start to feel beautiful again, because if you're watching this, you are beautiful, and I just want you guys to know that. The next thing that I want to talk about is what to expect freshman year. So if you're an incoming freshman and you're watching this video, I just want you guys to know freshman year is not as bad as what you think it's gonna be, because I remember going into freshman year, I did not have any classes with any of my friends, but I ended up making new friends. I thought I was gonna be alone all throughout high school. I was so nervous, like I literally just did not want to be at school, but then I ended up making friends and it got better. Another thing to expect freshman year, teachers are going to expect a lot more of you than what they did in middle school. Just think back to whenever you started your first year of middle school, because it was a lot more challenging than what grade school was, and it's going to be the same way your freshman year of high school. It's going to be a lot more challenging than middle school. And another thing is that you're going to have to be a lot more organized, and trust me, I know it is not easy to balance homework and tests and papers that you have to write with other activities outside of school. But if you start learning to be really organized your freshman year of high school, then you're going to be prepared for college. And organizing your time is a skill that's going to help you with every asset in your life. Okay, so moving on from that, I want to talk about how to deal with fake friends. I'm not going to lie to you guys, like there are so many fake people out there, and it is so hard to tell who is being real and who is being fake nowadays. Like I'm not even exaggerating, people are fake all the time, and it is so hard to tell the difference, especially if they're your friends. But my number one tip that I have is, if you are dealing with a fake friend, then what I recommend doing is just completely cutting them out of your life. I promise that will be the best thing for you in the long run, especially being in high school, because high school is so stressful and you don't need the added stress of having a fake friend, because that is just so toxic and you do not need that in your life. And how you can cut that person out of your life is you can slowly distance yourself from that person. I feel like that's a lot easier than texting them or calling them or like telling them in person, hey, I need a break. Because if you slowly like stop talking to them, then eventually you guys won't even talk anymore and you just don't have to be friends. And I'm being honest with you guys, in high school it's not really that hard to make friends, because there's always constantly people around you. And if you're in a club or you're on a sports team, then that just makes it so much easier, because those people have like similar interests as you, and you can just go up to them and like start talking to them. How to avoid procrastination. Okay, so my number one tip to avoid procrastination is to get rid of all your devices. Like put your computer away, put your phone away. And I know that is easier said than done, because we are all so connected to social media nowadays and we are all glued to our phones. But I'm pretty sure there is a website, I can't remember the name of the website, but if I think of it I will put it on the screen. But I'm pretty sure the website like locks you out of all of your social medias and you can't get on them, and that way you have to study. And I love this website. I think it is great for people that are in high school nowadays and they need to do their homework, because trust me, I know how easy it is to get distracted by your phone or by your computer or just by anything. Motivating yourself to study. Okay, so here's a tip that I actually used whenever I was in high school, and this actually motivated me to study all the time, and that is to give myself a reward once I was done studying. Let's just say, for example, if your homework was like 20 math problems, say after every 5 math problems you give yourself a reward, whether that's a piece of chocolate or getting on your phone or playing a video game for 5 minutes, whatever it is, it really does work. I don't know why that always worked for me, but every single time I had homework or I had to study or I had to read a book or something, that always worked. I would always set a reward for myself. Like after doing 5 math problems, I would get on my phone for a couple minutes, or I would eat a piece of chocolate. Hiding period stuff. So if you guys didn't watch my last video, which was a back to school emergency kit for girls, in that video I shared with you guys like tampons and pads, and I had that in my emergency kit, which is just a makeup bag. It's how I like hid all of my period stuff. because I know that can be like really embarrassing, like pulling out a pad and asking the teacher if you can go to the bathroom. So yeah, I definitely recommend bringing like a bag full of stuff that you actually need whenever you're going to school. Another tip that I have for you, if you're a girl and you're on your period and you're trying to hide your period stuff, then just wear pants that have pockets like jeans, because then you can keep your pads and your tampons in your pocket and they're hidden from like all the boys and they won't make fun of you. Or also you could just keep your stuff in your locker, and then whenever you ask the teacher if you could go to the bathroom. If your locker is like really close to that classroom, then you could just go to your locker and grab the stuff and then like run to the bathroom. The next one is stuff to have to be organized in school. So I actually wrote down a little list of stuff that you need to have at school in order to be organized. So I wrote down a pencil case, because then you can keep like all your pens and your pencils or your highlighters like in that case, and you can stay organized, and that way you always have that stuff with you. And something that I always had whenever I was in school was a binder, and I had like a whole bunch of dividers in there, and each subject was divided, and I could keep like all my work for that subject like in the divider. And another thing that I definitely recommend having at school is a planner, because that way you can stay organized and you can stay on top of all your homework and all your assignments. Because if you have a planner, you can write down all your homework and all your assignments and everything you need to do for that day in your planner. The next question that I got is how to focus on YouTube and school both. So if you make videos and you're also in school, what I recommend doing, like my number one tip, and I know I've talked about this so many times on my channel before, and that is to pre-film all your videos, maybe on a night where you don't have any assignments to do or any homework or just anything like that. And no, I'm not in school anymore, but whenever I first started YouTube, I was in school and I was also working, and it was really hard to try to find time to film. And even now I do have a job that's not YouTube. Like YouTube isn't even my job, and I still have to find time to film. Like usually on my days off I will film like today. But yeah, definitely what I recommend doing is if you have a day off, then definitely pre-film all of your videos. Like you can pre-film for like the next couple of weeks, or you can pre-film for that whole month. For me, usually it doesn't take me that long to film a video. It usually takes me anywhere from like 30 minutes to an hour. Sometimes it may take me a little over an hour, just depending on how I can talk that day, because a lot of times whenever I film, I turn on the camera and I cannot speak for some reason. But yeah, that's my number one tip. Just try to pre-film your videos and just try to find any time that you can to film. And the very last topic, which so many of you guys asked me about, is how to make friends. My biggest piece of advice to make friends in high school or just school in general is just to be yourself. And I know that sounds so cliche, everybody says that, but it is so true. You just have to be yourself, start conversations, get involved in clubs, like do that kind of stuff, and I promise you will make friends. And like I told you guys earlier, I made friends my freshman year of high school, and I thought I was going to be alone my freshman year because I did not have my friends from middle school, because I did not have any classes with those people, and I just ended up making some new friends. And if you don't plan on joining any sports teams or clubs or anything like that, then you can still make friends. Just be yourself, like I said, get conversations going, start conversations with other people, and just see what interests you have with those people, and then you'll just become friends. And I know sometimes it can be really hard, and especially if you're a shy person like I was, and I know it can be really hard to just walk up to somebody and start having a conversation with them, especially if you don't know the person. But once I start talking to the person and get to know the person, then it definitely gets easier. You just have to be confident in yourself, take a deep breath before you walk up to the person, and find your voice. So yeah, that was pretty much all for my high school advice video, and I really hope that this video can help you guys out, especially if you're in high school. I know it is super hard to make friends, and I know it is super hard to be motivated for school, and if I at least helped a couple of you guys out, then that is worth it for me to make this video, because I really wanted to help you guys out, because like I said, I know what it's like to be in high school, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys at all, high school wasn't all that great for me, but I got through it. I survived high school, and look at me now. I am fine, and I'm smiling, and I'm sitting here making this video about high school. And I just hope and pray that my advice was somewhat helpful to you guys, and if it was, then you guys should definitely give this video a thumbs up for me, and also subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. And also you guys should definitely turn on my post notifications, that way you guys will get notified every single time that I post a new video. And also you guys should definitely go follow me on my Instagram. I'm gonna have it on the screen, so you guys should definitely go follow me, because I really love my Instagram. And that's all that I have to say. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.